I'm really here to represent the manufacturing side of things. I've done a lot of things in my background as packaging technologist, but I'm here really to represent Church & Dwight. They actually are an American company. They have 12 manufacturing outlets in the USA. We have one single manufacturing outlet in the UK at Folkestone, and we're responsible, and the ladies all know this, for the Batiste brand, which actually for dry shampoo. So that's one of the major manufacturing things that we do down there. We also manufacture a lot of bag-on-valve, aseptic packaging, all of the actual oral care side, so Pearl Drops, Arm & Hammer products, all into tubes and cartons. So I've got a diverse range of packaging that I need to be able to address. One of the key things that we have here is that I'm responsible for making sure that factory outputs the maximum amount of product possible. So from that perspective, we have 4 robotic lines where there are literally just 2 people on each line. So if you can imagine me looking at the recycled content of the packaging, it has to fit really, really specific criteria. So I'm driven slightly differently, but only slightly differently from Coca-Cola, in that there's a diverse range of packaging that I can actually look at and actually have to make sure that runs, because I do not want the production director coming down and telling me his efficiency has gone down by 20%. I think anybody who's in manufacturing will understand exactly what I'm talking about. What I would like to talk about is the actual amount of packaging the diverse range of packaging that we have. And for anything that we manufacture, we have to look at the lightweight product. We have to make sure that we're addressing all of the issues. So it's a continuous program of addressing the amounts of material that we're using down the line, because it makes absolute commercial sense for us to remove as much of the packaging from the system as possible, because we want to run and operate at the most efficient way. And we try to remove those wherever possible. I've been pulled into Church & Dwight because we've, as a global level, have a massive focus on sustainability. And we're looking globally from a brand perspective at sort of coordinating between America and Europe. Colleagues of mine have been with me for 3 days now, and they're actually at the factory today, evaluating how we can, as a business, coordinate all of our packaging materials to try to reduce packaging, particularly plastics, and actually sort of limit the amount of packaging that we're using on all of the brands. So there's a real emphasis. And what I find is that what's encouraged me most about the actual exhibition today is that literally every single supplier is actually driving some sort of innovation to reduce plastics and innovate in the right way. And I think from that perspective, I have to applaud everybody, because I've been in the industry for 40 odd years, and 30 years of those I've actually been trying and striving to get people to change the way in which we address packaging and to look at recycling the right way. When I created the Summerfield brand, we looked really hard at not only just digital artwork, but also how packaging could be reduced and changed to be able to give and recycle things. And it's been really frustrating that over 30 years we didn't move forward. But in the last 5 years, I found that we actually started to make real inroads. And I was so encouraged by the actual conversations today to see that the government is taking this seriously. Lord Debenham is actually doing and driving it really well. I think the initial PRNs and PERNs was a problem, and I have a real thought in my background that PRNs may have actually contributed to the amount of plastics that are floating in our oceans. So from that perspective, I hope we get it right this time round. From a packaging perspective, we are driving it and striving to be able to move things forward, and I'm really encouraged by everybody else in the business trying to do that. Everything that's been said today, I applaud, and we're really, as an industry, need to have a roadmap that delivers and takes us forward and actually gets us an action plan that actually makes things happen. because I think it's been too long waiting for everybody to react. And I think the key thing is that businesses are collaborating. I'm collaborating with retailers, I'm collaborating with other manufacturers to be able to make sure that we can maybe hone down on the types of packaging materials that can be recycled. And I'm really, really keen that we, from a business perspective, we make recycling simple for the customer. And everything that was said in the previous talk, I totally endorse, because we need to make things simple for people to do that. And I think local authorities have a big responsibility to try to make it as simple for every one of us to put the recycling in the right bag and in the right box that actually goes and is reused as much as possible. So, I'm open for any sort of questions going forward. I'm really, really happy to be here, and please bring on the questions. Thank you very much.